Welcome back to the Real AF TV podcast, show by fishing random takes from the land of 10,000 lakes. You were in the random take, and it is about to get weird. We're going to talk to Aqua Teen. We're going to talk about Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Me and Tim have already talked about it a little bit. Now we're going to jump into the new movie, Aqua Teen Hunger Force Forever, Plantasm. But before we do that, Tim, we were just talking a little bayou, like I got all on my scream. And I was like, you know what? It'd be so sweet. You know what we were talking about? We were talking about some good-natured ribbon. The world needs more good-natured ribbon in it again. Like,
hell yeah, they do.
Right? Just like that like making fun of each other in like a genuine, wholesome way. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, people need to just get some thicker skin and not be offended by everything.
Right.
It's okay to make fun of the stereotypes that are in our areas.
Yeah.
Minnesotans are known to talk weird, like Canadians are.
Right.
Louisiana, you guys talk real fucking weird.
That French Southern shit it's crazy. But like, that's the thing. To them, we talk weird. And it's like, it would be so fucking cool to just go down there, go fishing, and just like give each other a little bit of shit about our weird accents and hang out and just enjoy each other's company and just have a good fucking time. And like, and just walk away from that of like, we were all being nice about what we were saying. Like, none of us were purposely being dicks to each other about it in like a negative way. It was all just that good-natured ribbon that like doesn't happen anymore. What the fuck?
Right. I don't know. Some people, they can't handle it. You say anything about them or say anything a little bit, and then they get in their heads and they're just like, oh, I don't sound like that, do I? A little. Chill, dude. What the fuck? It's just like, I mean, it's clearly joking. It's just like us in Minnesota.
Right.
Yeah, we have a little bit of it. You hear it in the O's. Minnesota. It's stretched out a little bit. It's like, can't help it. I don't know. But like, clearly, there are people that do that really hard. Minnesota, you know, they got a hot dish in the oven.
Oh
yeah. That's like, whatever. But
we get up there north of Duluth and sheesh, always.
Way up there, you know, they're up in Duluth. They got all sorts of stuff that we just don't have down here, you know. But I mean, like, I'm Minnesotan for sure. I say hey there to most people when I see that. I don't say what's up. I didn't say hey. Say hey there. Hey there. This is like, that's not. But maybe that's how they talk down south too. Hey there. But they say it more just like, hi there. But no.
And on that note, let's kick it off with the guy with the thickest accent and the best fucking outlook, Carl. On Aqua Teen. Were you pumped when he opened the movie?
Dude, I was pumped. So I was pumped when he opened the movie. And then it got a little bit like, for a while there, I was like, oh no. Like, what are we going to have to talk about? There was like a good 10 minutes where I was just like, uh-oh, what did we get ourselves into?
I know.
And then it picked back up like the old school Aqua Teen and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, here we go. All right.
Dude, it opened way different, right? Like, is it safe to say, look, I'm not going to make any assumptions, so I'm just going to say this. I don't believe I laughed as hard at this one as I did the first one, but I think I enjoyed it still. I definitely
enjoyed it. I don't think it had as many like banger jokes,
right,
as normal,
right. And which is why I think like what I said is like I don't think I laughed as much or as hard, but I still enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, and also I would like to point out as well that you might have a different experience if you view Aqua Teen in different states of mind, because this is probably the first time I've ever watched Aqua Teen stone cold sober. Like, I had nothing.
Yep.
I just watched it and it was good.
Yep.
But like, back in the day, I was never even close to,
Right.
sober when I was watching this show.
Right.
So, and I think the randomness, like you're just kind of sitting there zoned out, and then all of a sudden they hit you with something, and you're like,
Oh, I totally didn't see that coming.
yeah.
So on that note, because you said Carl's like one of your favorite cartoon characters of all time, I think when in the last couple episodes when we've been talking about it, right?
Far.
So he's different in the first part of this episode, right? Like Meatwad says something to the effect of like, yeah, you're not like all mad at the world and stuff. And
Yeah.
You noticed.
Yeah, he's like, for the first time in my life, I think I am truly happy. And it's all because of the property value of his old home. He says,
oh yeah, by the way, full spoilers. This is we're just fucking going in. So if you think you're gonna watch this movie and you don't want spoilers, you just need to stop now. I don't care.
Also, this is a movie you can watch like more than once. I started watching it. I already watched it
twice just to make sure I didn't fuck anything up.
I know. That's why I was watching it a second time already too, and I was catching like jokes that I missed the first time, where it's just like little stuff where I was like, oh, I did not hear that one.
Right.
Because there's so many, like, it's just like some of the stuff is in like casual conversation.
Yes.
Where you're almost like you didn't hear that joke. You know, it's just like all of a sudden it kind of flew past you because you're trying to follow everything and listen to what they're saying. And then like the second time you listen to it, you're like, oh, I did not hear that part.
Right.
That was a pretty good joke. And I can't believe it just went right past me. So it's like Super Troopers, you know? A lot of people watch Super Troopers, and like the second time like the first time you watch it, you're like, I don't know about this movie.
Right.
And then like 500 times in, you're like, oh yeah, it's still great. There's still more stuff.
This movie's awesome.
But yeah, he's like, for the first time, I think I'm truly happy. And he's like, because I had this property, I lived here next to you guys. And that fucking son or whatever he said, he's basically just like living next to you.
Living next to you guys.
He's like,
so flat out says it, dude.
Just I was never happy because I'm always living next to you. Yeah. But now it's worth money. And he's like, and money, it brings me happiness.
So good. What?
Maybe possibly my favorite part of the movie is when he's like in his room, like with his back to the window, and he's jerking off to Zillow.
Yes, there's 2 points where you can just hear and see Carl jerking off in this movie.
And he's just like jerking off to Zillow, and he's like, oh, making Shake comes up. And he hasn't been in the picture. Like, I don't know how long it's been since Carl has seen Shake. But Shake comes up, and Shake's got kind of a higher pitched voice and stuff. And he's just like, hey, Carl, what are you doing with your penis there?
You're going to break it if you keep doing that, he says.
He's just like, stop, shut up. And he's just like,
just ignore him.
He's like talking to himself. Just ignore him. Don't worry about it.
Hey, there's nothing about the pool on there. I said the Olympic sized pool. And there's no, I'm soft now. It's the moment.
Yeah. You're right. And then he's like eyebrows frowned, pissed off again. You're right. I said Olympic sized pool. That would add 20K to the value. Oh, I'm soft. The moment's gone.
Oh, it's so funny. Like, I just love that. Like, we're going off on Carl because he's so funny, and it opens up with just this space. It's just like a spaceship floating through space. Oh, I got gas. I think I got gas. I was just like, oh, fuck. Yeah, dude. We are in for a ride.
Right. Yeah, because the very first part of it is like a completely different, you're like, what's going on? And then Carl
did that too. Okay.
Yeah, because right when it starts, you don't know what's happening.
No.
And then Carl ends up being like the bad guy because it's not Carl. They're like,
Right.
oh my God, Frylock's like, it's not Carl.
And there's all
And
these shitty action movie like stinger lines or whatever the fuck they're called. You know what I'm saying?
I think I know what you're saying. Like, I don't remember everything that was said. I was just kind of like watching it, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I
Right.
wasn't.
Shake does like this is one of the stupid things, but it happens like 10 times, so I don't memorize all of them. But like Shake just goes, "Hey Carl, it looks like you need to lose a little weight
Oh yeah,
in the head region," and he fucking puts the gun in his mouth and blows his head off.
in the head region.
So stupid, and it
So
happens
dumb.
like 5 times in the intro.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I was like, I don't really remember the dialogue. That makes sense why I don't remember it, because it was all this like campy, just
Yeah, it
being
was
dumb on purpose.
stupid. They did it on purpose. Yes.
Yeah, and at that point, I'm just thinking about like what it reminds me of, and I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, this is very Dead Space ish.
Oh, no shit.
Like Carl's like turning into like a monster, and then there's like Carl's head, and like
yeah,
they're all like these evil like versions of Carl. And and it's just his face
Right.
yelling. Ah! I loved it. He's such a focal point of this movie.
he is.
I loved
And
it.
that's the funny thing, because Shake. So when it cuts, like first, I want to see if did you catch this joke or hear this joke or whatever. But like, so after Shake blows his head off, basically, right, and then he puts the Fry and Meat into a space capsule, and then just talks too long, and the spaceship explodes.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And then all of a sudden there it is, and it's Shake with a beard, and he's at like a, what is that, like a homeless
soup
shelter
kitchen.
feeding place, right?
Soup kitchen, yeah.
And he goes, and he says, I don't know what he says there, but anyways, it blows him up. And his buddy that he's telling the story to, or the homeless person that he's telling the story to, that happens to be in the lunch line with him, he goes, "You survived after you blew up after the explosion?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Bah, bah," and he just like plays it off. And then the guy goes, "But this whole Aqua Teen thing, I don't get it. You seem so much older." He's I'm well into my high 40s, and that doesn't matter though.
Right.
Did you catch that? Like, I'm well into my high 40s or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't feel the second time around.
just because he says it quick. He's just like, I'm into my late 40s, but it doesn't matter. He just like says Aqua Teen Forever. And he's like, but I'm gonna get the tattoo changed, so it says Aqua Teen Never.
It's cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper. It's like you could just not do anything.
Right.
You already have the tattoo. It's cheaper.
Oh, and in that intro too, right at this point, right, Carl was never an Aqua Teen. He was just a try-hard wannabe. He says.
Right.
And then he's such a focal point throughout the whole thing.
Is,
I love
100%. He even makes it into the song. The original didn't say him in the song.
Oh, it didn't.
And yeah, RGJ throws it out there, just says something about a hot Carl.
Oh
and
yeah,
just like,
drop a hot Carl on. Yep.
Yeah, Carl made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little bit of background on that, because I like looked into it, because I was like, I don't know who sings the original. Did you ever look into that?
I did back in the day. I forgot now, but it's like a rap group.
Yeah. It's Schoolie D.
Oh.
He is known as quite possibly being the originator of gangster rap.
Yep.
And
yeah, dude,
the song that he wrote for the original Aqua Teen intro, he wrote on the limousine ride to the studio.
No,
he was going to the studio, and I think to record it. He's like, whatever, no big deal.
That is so
sick. Have you ever listened to read the lyrics? I did. He does not say everything I thought he said.
Really?
He says, Shake Zula, the Mike Ruler, the old schooler. You want a trip? I'll bring it to you. And then this one, Fry Lock, yeah. I thought he said yeah, but it doesn't say yeah in here. Fry Lock and I'm on top, rock you like a cop. Meet Wad, you're up next with the knock knock.
Okay.
I didn't. Those words never were in my head. Meet Wad, you're up next with the knock knock.
Yep.
Meet Wad, get the money. G. What does he say? Meet Wad, get the money. C. Meet Wad, get the honeys. G. Driving in my car, living like a star. Ice on my fingers and my toes, and I'm a Taurus. That one I didn't. I love that part.
I know, because you're just like, when he says it, you don't like, what did he say? And then you look up the lyrics and I'm a Taurus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'm a Taurus. But I didn't know the whole part about Frylock.
No, the Frylock and Meatwad part with the knock knock and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't. Nope. I don't remember that part
I've
either.
always just said stuff that's kind of close. Yeah. Frylock. Yeah, I'm on top.
Frylock.
And then I thought it was like, but you got Meatwad coming next now or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. It doesn't, for some reason, like I've said what I've said, which has just kind of been like random gibberish. Like it's one of those lyrics where like you're forced to think about what you said, and then you're just like, well, I don't know. I don't think I've ever said anything. I've always rapped it and then just kind of been like,
no, for sure, because it's Frylock and I'm on top. Yeah. Wait, what? I definitely missed something there in the middle.
Right.
I saw my fingers and my wrist and I'm a Taurus.
Yeah. Because then you get to the Meatwad next now. Meatwad, get the money.
Yep, Meatwad, get the money. See, right. Yeah. And you're just like, yeah, I definitely missed that.
Yep, for sure. When you read it, you're just like, oh man. But yeah, I thought, like, how crazy would it be, like, if it was one of the members of RTJ back in the day?
Oh,
and
that would have been funny.
Yeah, because I was like, kind of sounds like him, in my memory.
I can see what you're saying.
But now I hear it, I'm just like, nah, not really. But it's like maybe you changed your style, maybe you sounded different back in the day.
Yeah, because there's also like growing older, like if you look back, I mean, I think Killer Mike's just a little bit older than us, actually. Like he's not too much older than we are. So if you think about how long ago he would have recorded that and your voice changing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Killer Mike's only a little bit older than us.
I'm pretty sure. You can look it up. I think he's only like 44 or some shit like that, or 43.
Maybe. Dude, he must have been young when he started though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like when Dungeon Family picked him up, dude, for sure. He's 47. Ah, shit.
So I mean, he's not.
That's not that much older than us.
That much older than us. But like, I mean, when you think about like when we were, because I was gonna say when we were in high school, like I feel like he was established.
Yeah, he was doing all right, but that's just because he was in Dungeon Family and Outkast was fucking nuts,
Yeah.
So like Big Boy was putting him on all the time and stuff like that.
Yeah. But you figure like when we were, when
that
we were
elevates
in high
you
school,
so fast, just like Eminem and Dre,
Yeah. Yep.
Just because you're featured on a Big Boy record is like, that makes you like next level right away.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it doesn't take long when you get your name on something.
Right.
Oh, that's why Ja Rule is a thing. So.
Yeah, dude. That was so good. So keep it on the RTJ tip. That Space Jam opening.
The Space Jam opening.
The whole like intro after the homeless shelter is just like a fake Space Jam opening. They call it Space Jam
as
3
they're doing.
like that if you look at the logo.
Yep, as they're doing the song. Yeah, and they're just
as the RTJ song is playing. Yeah, dude.
Yep. Yeah,
just a bunch of characters you never see again. It doesn't have anything to do. All of a sudden, there's Sean Kemp, and you're like, "What?"
Dude,
there's
I know.
Sean Kemp. None of it ever plays a part. Ever, like none of that intro. It's all bullshit. It's just making fun of like the Space Jam, LeBron James.
Right.
Like it's making fun of the LeBron James cash grab that the remake of Space Jam is. And then what? You're going to say it.
Oh, I was just going to say Sean Kemp is in the movie.
He comes out of nowhere. I
Yeah.
did not see that coming. All of a sudden, Sean Kemp is in the fucking movie,
Yeah.
dude.
Because they're like, that dude wants to be tall. And
Yeah.
they're just like, and Frylock's like, oh, I've come up with a way where I can splice his DNA with a giraffe and former NBA star Sean Kemp. And he's the only real person in the whole thing, too.
Yeah.
Everything's animated. He's just a real guy.
Like LeBron in the new, like, it's
Yeah.
so.
It's exactly
Or
like a Space Jam
it's-
thing. Like,
yeah.
where everything's animated except for him.
And it's the only. They did this whole huge fake Space Gym intro just to throw Sean Kemp in for 2 seconds.
That's
To
their
callback joke that like 45 minutes later, the
That's
rest
their-
of that intro
that's
was
their-
throwaway, dude.
Yeah, that's their thing, dude. Like
Oh,
that's
God.
that's what's always got me. That's what I enjoy, is the randomness, because like a lot of humor you see coming, the jokes you see coming. I can call stuff. I laugh hardest when I don't see the jokes coming. And when
Yeah.
it's shit like that is out of left field and it's random as hell.
Yeah.
The whole movie, all of their stuff has always been like, you don't know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
And it's that silly
100%.
stuff.
That is
Like
how
Sean
this-
Kemp comes in the movie and they're just like, yeah, we're going to splice your DNA or whatever. And Sean Kemp's like, hey, hold up. I thought I was here to sign some autographs for the kids.
for the kids.
And then and then he's like, if you watch the movie, you'll see the whole thing. They got the dude is like, it's Bezos. It's Jeff Bezos.
It's Jeff Bezos. His name is Neil.
His name is Neil, but he's like a little tiny guy, and it's them making fun of Bezos the whole
4'10".
time.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah. 11, go put 11-3 on the
11
place.
foot goddamn 3. Like he gets so into it.
I think he does say fucking again.
Yeah.
I think he just says fucking
11 foot fucking 3.
11 foot fucking 3.
Yeah.
But then they have that purple mist that makes all these things. Like that's one of the other random things.
Oh,
Is
shit.
his whole thing is like filled with different aliens. I think that's a whole thing too, where they're just like, oh yeah, you know, like illegal aliens are working
sure.
in the Amazon or whatever. And they're just like, well, but they're mortal enemies. Like these people hate each other. Yeah, but we got the green mist. And they're just like, is that any of that legal? They're just like, wow, what's legal or whatever.
No, he says if people take Xanax. Is that legal?
Oh yeah, that's if people take Xanax. Is that legal?
Like,
Just
okay.
pumping it in, forcing your whole place to eat Xanax bars.
Right.
Eat your bars.
So good.
That's
Tim, RTJ's in the movie. I want to go back to the RTJ thing. They're both in the movie. Did you catch it?
no.
I'm going to tell you this also before this. I looked at IMDb for 2 things.
Uh-huh.
The score of the first movie and the second movie.
Okay.
And there was one other thing that I looked up.
Yep.
And it was who was the original Boxy Brown. And we'll get into those things. So I'm telling you right now, I didn't look this up. I never looked any of this up. RTJ's in the movie. Killer Mike, I just gave away, is Boxy Brown.
That's what I thought in this one. It made sense to me when I was thinking about it. I was like, Killer Mike could be Boxy Brown here.
And I didn't catch it until the second time around. LP is the white thug that mugs Frylock in front of the Bezos guy's house. That's LP.
Yeah.
Dude. I didn't catch it. I was like, hold on. And I like got close to the speaker and I really focused up. Like I'm cooking breakfast, just watching. I was just cooking up some hot cheese and eggs.
I was washing dishes and stuff. Like we both in the kitchen. Just
Right. That's how we do it as fucking dads.
Yeah, that's why I missed some of it, I think. Some of the different stuff because I'm washing dishes.
Like
I wasn't looking at it the whole time.
Yeah, but also when he's rapping, it's like same with Killer Mike too. It's just like they have these voices that you can pick out, but when they're not rapping, they don't sound like them because they're doing that more amplified rap voice, right? And then I was just like, it was something when I was watching it that second time that just clicked, and I went, "Hey, wait a minute, the white thug is LP, isn't it?" And then I like, yeah, it totally is LP. So correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, because I did not look that shit up. I'm just like, oh, that's who it is.
Yeah.
I'm just saying RTJ's in the movie. They
Right.
did some VO. Is sick.
And before you get off of that real quick, I gotta say that was one of my favorite lines in the movie was after those guys murder Frylock. Well, not murder him, but they rip him limb from limb, so he has to be rebuilt like a superhero.
right.
But when that Neil comes out, he's just like, "Get out of here, street toughs!"
Yep. 100%.
Just like the oldest way.
You know, you street toughs. And he comes out, hoo-ya, yeah, making old-fashioned karate noises.
Yeah.
So right there with the get out of here, you street toughs and stuff like that, you can start to pick up on the betrayal already happening if you think about it with that mindset, right? Like, he hired those guys to kick the shit out of Fry, and then all he does is open the door, make some weird karate noises, and say, "Get out of here, you street toughs!" And these guys who just rip someone limb from limb just run off,
right?
So that right there, you can start to pick up on the betrayal. But I didn't see the betrayal coming. Did you? I honestly thought this was like a billionaire who couldn't socialize normally.
No,
it was gonna work out.
Yeah, honestly, their stuff is so crazy that I wasn't I don't really try to I don't do what I normally do in other movies. Where I'm just like, okay, where is this gonna go? It's because anything can happen.
Like the Moon and Nights.
Plus it doesn't keep a steady. Yeah, it doesn't keep a steady thing because the Moon and Nights come in and just yes, we've jacked your movie.
We just deleted 7 minutes of critical footage. We control you. Now text 877 to Gur is the man. Whatever.
It's a very exciting scene where they're fleeing for their lives. You're never going to get it back. Later in the movie, they come back in. It's just send us your girlfriend's number.
How many texts did you get? None. My phone's not charged. Well, hold your text and then text us.
I love the a text wouldn't come through when the phone is charged.
Right, I know.
I love their back and forth though. They're just hold your text until the phone is charged and then send your text in a little while. Why did you not charge the phone? You could have been charging the phone during this whole rant.
It's so funny how our brains work.
Just he's just defeated, the little one. Just man, it's whatever. Go back to the movie. It's fine. Just get it, whatever.
Whatever, man.
I was chunking a little bit there, so I missed a little bit what you're saying, and I don't know when I cut out, but I was trying to say before that.
Oh yeah,
going back to Sean Kemp.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if they told him to just be don't worry about trying to act too hard, because I think it'll be funnier if you're a shitty actor, or if he's just a shitty actor. But they have that part. I'm trying to get the autograph for the kids, and then they have that purple mist, because I was talking about those two people, the two species that have to work together. They got that purple mist, and that just makes them okay with being around each other. And there's that one, just oh, I'm sorry, I hugged you so hard your husk came off. And then other creatures just it's okay, I'm old 3 times a day. It's really not a big deal. It's just weird shit like that. And then they purple mist Sean Kemp. So before he gets misted, he's just what? I thought I was supposed to be signing some autograph for the kids. And then they missed him, and he's just oh yeah, or whatever he said, splice my DNA, I'm cool. And then he ends up getting, that's his only line, and then he gets thrown out the window. And as he's falling, he just goes, who wants an autograph? It's just his final words as he's falling to his death is, who wants an autograph?
It's so good. Oh shit, dude, it's so good. That's what he thinks of when he gets thrown out a window. Like, I just love that. The whole thing with him, it was just one of the greatest jokes. It was so fucking funny. Just from the everything is nothing except for this little insert in the intro to here's a hilarious joke in the middle of the movie that has plot points. It's so good.
Right.
Let me ask you this again.
Yeah.
No IMDb. Fry works in the IT department at Amazing. There's 2 people in there. The female,
Yeah.
I couldn't pick up on. The male, did you pick up on it? A unique voice in comedy. A very unique voice in comedy.
I don't know if I was paying attention enough.
Okay, yeah. It
But
caught my ear.
they definitely to me felt like, oh my shit.
Another beer, and this is a reveal.
Another beer. I swear to God, this was not queued up. I bought this tonight. I don't know what the fuck is in this.
Yeah, no.
Beer number 3.
Real.
First, Carl.
No way, dude. Oh,
how?
God.
That's insane. And it's like, dude, riding on a horse. There's Carl right there. Handwerlicht Gerbout craft beer. It's a Pils, unfiltered. A Schlosserbogen Erlangen.
Yeah, dude.
First Carl. Nice.
That is so good. I can't believe that happened.
I was not paying attention to other actors and actresses in this movie. I should have tried to listen to see if I could pick out who. I honestly, because they're part of. I should have known that they would have other people in there if they're able to get RTJ.
Right.
That they would have other people, but it's like because they're Comedy Central, or because they were Adult Swim.
Adult Swim, yep.
And they were kind of like, lower budget for the most part, I think. That I didn't know that they were getting anybody in there, so I didn't even pay attention to it.
That's the thing. It's like, again, I didn't look this up. It wasn't like this isn't like a huge deal. I don't think this person could be that expensive. Does
the lady have 3 names?
The lady I don't know. I didn't pick up on who it was. Again, I didn't IMDb this. This is all. So I didn't IMDb it. So I have to believe that the woman is somebody that we would understand. Like, oh yeah, okay, that's totally that person after we've looked it up. But the dude, so there's 3 people in the IT department. It's Fry, the dude, and a chick. The dude is Kyle Kinane. 100% it's Kyle Kinane.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. His just raspy voice. Like,
right. That totally makes sense.
Yeah. Well, and I just listened to a special, which we'll talk about after.
Oh, yeah.
The podcast. I just listened to a special from him, and Comedy Central is doing a thing on YouTube. I don't know what it is yet. We'll talk about it off air. Otherwise, it's going to end up a whole topic. But dude, Kyle Kinane, 100% is like the IT guy. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Should I
get
look?
pumped when I hear comedians getting like gigs like this.
Yeah. Should I check out who's?
Do it live right here, real time on the podcast.
I'm looking.
And
Neil is the voice of a guy. The guy is in, the only other thing I've seen him in is Ozarks. Have you ever watched Ozarks?
Oh, no, but that's a big show.
Yeah, he's like the cop. He's the gay cop.
Oh, but also to let everybody, like, we haven't said it yet. Neil is the like Bezos of it. He's one of the main characters. I mean, he's in this movie from the jump. He's like a main focus.
Right. Yeah. And if anybody was wondering, like in Ozarks, the cop is a homosexual. I'm not just being like, this is some gay cop, you know? Like,
I totally took it that way, but I understand what you just did there. Yeah, okay.
I just like make sure people know that I'm not just like.
Wait, does Sean Kemp really play Sean Kemp? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's him. It says it right here. Um, it's so funny to hear all their different names as you're like switching through. Also, are there two? It says, oh, the Fraptaculans. There's Robert Smigel, who I've definitely heard of, and then
Yep.
Tim Robinson is one of them. And Tim Robinson has that like sketch comedy show that's great. And then you were right. Kyle Kinane is Eric in IT. And Joe Firestone, I don't know her, but she's Felicity in IT.
Oh. Huh. Yeah. I just assumed that they just got two decent. Not decent. I shouldn't say that. I don't know anything that she's done before. I just thought they got like two comedians that were on the same level.
Dude, we're coming full circle with everything, bro. Do you know who the other street tough is? It even lists as street tough.
Oh, no. I tried to listen, but that person doesn't really say anything. They kind of just go like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's Lavelle Crawford, who is Eggs Tyrone.
No.
Y'all want some bacon in there? Oh man.
Oh my God. This is why we have a fucking podcast. Shit like this happens to us so much.
People need to witness
We
the weird
needed to
shit
record
where
it.
we're just like,
Make
what?
sure they believe
oh my
us.
gosh. We're talking about these things and then they just are. They are, and we didn't know it. I haven't even sipped First Carl. Here's a first sip of First Carl.
Oh, okay. First sip, first girl.
That's weird. Different. Okay. It's not bad. It's unfiltered pills. It says, so this tastes similar to these other two. And it's like, I have nothing. I have no words. It's like a mellowed down version of an IPA.
Oh,
But then it's like somehow you watered it down, but still kept that like
yeah.
the beer taste.
Yeah, I know what you're
It's the First Carl.
saying. Oh, okay. We got to wrap it up. We got to wrap this up. Otherwise, we're just going to go on for 2.5 hours about this movie. Longer than the movie is long. Fry's government name, dude. Is this the first time they've said Fry's government name?
I don't know. I may have heard parts of it, but not the full thing set out like that. I
Not
don't
the way
remember
that Shake just like blurts it out. Kyle by his government name. He hates it.
Right. Do you remember what it is?
Franklin French Frylock.
Yeah, Franklin French Frylock. He hates it. Call him by his full name.
He hates it when you say that. Oh, he goes by Phoenix now? No. So Tim, we'll wrap it up on this. IMDb says the original movie is a 6.7. This one's a 6.3. That puts it right in the wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Right? What do you think?
I think so, man. I honestly got to go back and watch the original movie because I don't remember it. Like,
I enjoyed this movie just as much. Would I put it at a 6? No. I wouldn't put it that low, I don't think. But the fact that they're so close on IMDb is a reflection of my feelings about this movie. That's what I have to say about like the reviews of it.
yeah, dude, I was chunking a little bit again, missed you for a second there.
Yep.
But I think it was holding steady. I don't remember the first one that well, and I need to go and check it out again. But I remember enjoying that one just as much as I enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
I may have enjoyed this one more. I just like the storyline. Like there's more of like I don't remember in the last one really feeling like this, like, oh, here we go.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
where it's just like, oh, we gotta end it. And it's like, oh, we can't, there's nothing we can do about it. And then Carl's just like, yeah, reach underneath the seat. get that schnapps and all this stuff. He's like, don't judge me. Yeah, don't judge me. I found it in the parking lot in strip club. I pound it before I go in, save some money so I have the money for the lap dances.
More money for
and then he's putting the rags in it to make the Molotov cocktails. What does he say there again?
Oh fuck, I don't know, dude.
Yeah.
I forget, but it's so good.
It's like Carl's whole life right now revolves around the housing market.
Right. Yeah.
And it's something just like, this is what my brother taught me. When you got good home insurance, and
then the insurance and the inside's faulty wiring.
Yeah,
it makes a good electrical fire.
Yeah, it just lights it and chucks it. Ah! I love his look too, where like they need help, and then like Carl's all of a sudden in the car comes through, and they're sitting there, and he's saying some stuff. And they're like, "You look good." He's like, "Yeah, I really wish I had more in the middle, you know, so I could
like the real Mohawk thing."
Yeah, so I could get the real Road Warrior Mohawk thing. But I think the side is working for me. And then he just like throws out that it's pink too. He's like, "That's pink."
That's so good. It's so fucking good.
Oh, it is. Oh. I really like that, dude. As soon as I saw it, I'm just like, I don't know what it would take to get all of that. But that's a Halloween costume right there, because I also enjoy a Halloween costume where I get to be in character.
Yes.
So then all night, I'm just
all night. You're just like, unrenewable fuels.
Unrenewable fuels.
A real toxic masculine man.
Is that a chick? Yeah, that's a chick.
So good.
There's that one line about ladies, just like he's like, "I think we need to get back to not being so pussified," or whatever.
Yeah, America.
he's like, because nowadays you get in trouble for looking at a girl at certain parts and just going, "Ooh, yeah."
And then Shake goes, yeah, stop growing such big boobs. Fuck. Oh, that's so fucking funny. Okay, Tim, before we go on too long, we better do the like and subscribe and everything over there on the YouTubes and reviews. Oh my God, we don't push the reviews enough. Please send us a review. We will see it. We will respond. We will be happy. Hey, I might even read it here on the podcast. Tim might even read it here on the podcast. I don't know. It depends on the voice that we want to put to it.
Right. Might read it as Carl. Might read it as a Louisiana person. Who knows?
Oh, if we want to do the Newsy Boys again, that's about a throwback.
Yeah. This just in. We got our first review. Maybe he'll toss it over to one of the other ones. Here to tell us more about it is Carl.
These guys are weird. They never stay on topic. Boring.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you all about the review that they wrote, but I gotta tell you first that I seen this chick's profile picture. Oh, vavoom! I gotta say, I was gonna read the review, but I seen her picture. I reached under my car seat for the peach snaps. Now I'm a little bit tipsy, and I'm gonna be honest with you. She got me in the mood. I'm about to go jerk off the Zillow.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.